Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so to recap, I am adding shadows and illusions or illusion particles that clearly tell you that you're backtracking on the path. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I ran into a nice segmentation fault. So I have the particles. They only spawn if they are behind you on the path or outside of the path. So these are 3 lines of code that I just added to this normally functioning particle, but that crashed the game. Maybe I need this to be 0. Let's see. So this crashed in put particle. So maybe, so that's weird. That's not the function. So it crashed here. What? So it may just be, or can't be the loop. But why did it give me the function and not the contents of the function? So that's weird. So it probably crashed over here. And I'm not sure. So if I continue, maybe I should return instead of continuing here, because I have this reuses parameters warning over there. So just return. Try that again. Okay, of course they now also spawn outside path. It's not ideal. And they also spawn, oh, they spawn on the hut. That's also not that great. Well, I mean, they are pretty, but I don't think that I want them everywhere always. That would be too much. If I go back, yeah, it now spawns here in the patch as well, so that's good. That's what I want. So let's make it only let's make them only spawn on the path. So the path is -1, then return. And also, if it's not, if it's one of the current patches, then also return. Okay, this still works. Let's move forward. There shouldn't be anything here. Okay, let's go back. I should see them appear. Yeah, there they are. So let's make this be -1 actually. Okay, so they are everywhere here. But not here. I wonder why they don't appear down there now. Okay, there they are. So this is basically -2, but why? Okay, there are a lot of them. Okay, that's yeah, of course. I'm not checking. Well, I do. Greater than equal to the maximum path index -1. Weird. Let's move that check up actually. So it would be cool if I could change the color the tiles backward, but that's too much right now. And I think that's okay. Yeah, it's weird that it doesn't appear on this one right now. Let me change the check. Oh, I mean, yeah, makes sense actually. Yeah, so if it's I was just thinking wrong. So yeah, now they appear. Let's start that again. Oh, and actually that solves this problem as well, because The current path outside here is -1. As is the current highest path, because that's initialized to that. So that's cool. Okay, nothing here. No particles. But now they appear behind me. Okay, underground, that's also good to check. Hey Ethan, how's it going? Good afternoon. So I think this is all one patch. So it shouldn't spawn the particles. But if I go outside, back in, and there they are. You found a bug. Let me know. And I'll try to fix it. The codex thingy, text doesn't wrap correctly. Oh. You are on a 4K screen, no? Because this looks fine. Or not 1080p. So yeah, that's bad. I will test that and fix it. I think I'll just need to change the font scaling. And that'll be it. My notes. I put 2 screenshots in the Discord. Oh, okay, awesome. Word. Okay, that's weird. What kind of a monitor are you using? Oh, are you using 19 by 10 as 16 by 10? Are you using a 16 by 10 monitor? It's a MacBook, so yeah, it's 16 by 10. So that's the problem. It's not the text wrapping, it's the IDPI could be as well. Maybe. Yeah, but it's more probable that it's the higher display. Wait. Let me think. So this text is left aligned, I think, pretty sure. So so you could see 16 by 10 as not being as wide. And because the text is left aligned, it'll just run off the right side of the screen. If the description text would be right aligned, then they would be mushed together. Also, I put screenshots of the area I'm in where there's no exit. There's no exit. Usually they're just pretty well hidden. But let me check out the area. So yeah, I'll need to think about the 16 by 9, 16 by 10 screens. Actually, let me quickly check. And that's actually main. Window resize. So it goes by window height. That's the that's what scales text. But I think the text scale has not much to do with that. So I would have to have the aspect ratio in there as well. Yeah, I'll have to try this out and fix it. Okay, let's look at the area you were in, but the problem is I can't easily recreate the path that you had, but well, where is it? I think it is. Look at the picture. That has to be, yeah. Oh god, if the world gets any bigger, I'm never going to find that. Okay, here it is. So if I jump in here, okay, that looks kind of similar. This is a dead end, that's true. Let me try to get this one. Okay, this could take a while. Okay, now I have this exit as well as you have. I thought there was a coordinates in the pause menu before. Yeah, I removed that. There's also a dungeon that has 3x3. Did you enter by going north? Yeah, that's this one. That's just a dead end. But you have this, and this is the path forward, probably. It is in this run here for me. And if you have that, then that would have been your exit. If you didn't come that way. So if you came in that way, then, well, for me it's the exit. So there's this. Yeah, exactly. And then you have the pillars. So I'm working on making these more obvious. 20 minutes for my game time is trying to find the exit from that area. That's bad. I'll have to make them more visible. Just haven't found a good way to do that yet. But yeah, but they blink if you stand still. So that's something. Okay, the particles work. And so yeah, 16 by 9 is unusual as the game only works on Windows and Linux, but yeah, I have to support that, of course. The question is, how can I just so this would be solved with just decreasing the font size. The problem with the text on your screen. How do I do that? How do I do that easily? Not sure. I'll have to try that out. Okay, but until then, let's add the shadows. So what I want is, so the entities all unload if you get far enough away, but their spawn points are still there. So actually I'll have to check that if that's true, but I think so. And if you backtrack, I want them to be turned into shadows, which are a pretty fun enemy because they're completely black, so they don't blink. So you have to blindly guess when they're going to attack. So let's do that. That is an object spawn entity. So I have the position. I check if the tile works. I do some cleanups. Then I create the entity. And before that, I want if, same check as with the particles. The path at P is greater than or equal to the current one. Turn the object into a shadow. Does that make sense? Doesn't have to be less than or equal. What am I doing? Yeah, this needs to be less than or equal. Okay. Crazy that update 36 has 28,000 views. Yeah, 3,000. I can't say anything with 3 in it. 3,000 from 0.37. That'll grow over time. Gonna be right back. Need to get oil for my chainsaw ready for later. Okay. That sounds ominous. Yeah, but the YouTube has calmed down quite a bit. So that's good and bad. But it's yeah, I mean the algorithm is basically random, so what are you gonna do? Good. Let's see if this works. Yeah, that's actually bad. I want if the kind is an enemy. Then I do that. I don't want everything to turn into shadows. This also means that you have to backtrack quite a bit to find the shadows. Let's try that out. And let me see if they even have an attack routine. Yeah, the usual. Let me close this. So let's walk along the path a bit. I'd say at least 10 patches. And there's a shadow. Did I... Am I stupid? The path at px is less than or equal. Needs to be less. Man, how can you mess this up? Okay, restart. Actually, let me... Why is there particles now? Okay, today is clearly not my day. What is going on? Oh, this is in inverse. This is reversed, of course. Okay. Okay. So no particles, that's good. Go down here, they should appear. Yeah, they do. Let me be. Okay, let's say I went in here and then I go out again and then... Okay, this is a dead end. So it doesn't count as a path. But here the particles begin. And if I walk back... I should see shadows. Okay, there's a shadow. And there are more of them. They ignore me in God mode. So I should make them either invincible or a mechanic in the game. Let's make them just insanely strong for now. And for that I need the object table, shadow, scale this by 3 and 3. Okay, let's try to beat one. And if it one-shots me, then that's probably enough. 2 is also okay. I would actually like this to appear outside of the path, but Jesus. But yeah, all the huts are also outside, even though they are in kind of in path, the path itself. Okay, let's backtrack. Seeing the particles, so that's a very clear sign. And then there should be shadows, maybe? No shadows? Okay, there are probably just no spawn points. And that guy should be a shadow. What? Okay, let's try this again. Oh, it's not less... It was on the same patch as the game spawn point, so it's not before that. Wait, that doesn't make sense. No, it should have spawned shadows. Not sure what happened. Oops. Okay, there's a lot going on here, so that's pretty cool. Okay, there are the particles. Alright, let's walk a bit more. Okay, let's not take that, but backtrack. And here we are. Okay. Managed to get that one. Oh. Where did all the monsters go? Okay, there they are. 17. I think that's okay. Okay, trying to play normally, just to see how it feels. Seriously. I mean, I should be fine. I mean, it's definitely better than before. And I mean, sure, you could just not get lost, but can't pay attention all the time playing a game. Especially if you get into the flow and then just not pay attention for a second, then that's enough to get you proper lost if you exit from an interior, for example. So let me see if there are particles here. Yep. Okay, coming out. This is somewhere totally different. I thought I could see the old path from here. Yeah, I can. So on the left, it spawns the particles. All right. Damn. What is something else I could do? I could take a quick look at the 16:9 issue. For that I have to remember the resize shortcut was. Without closing all my applications. What was it? Pretty sure it was Alt and Control maybe? No. Who knows? So my window manager doesn't have resize handles. Which isn't ideal. Okay, what is going on? exit, quit. Hello. Okay, just had caps lock on. Manual, man, CWM. Resize. Okay, Control, Shift Alt, probably. Yes. So I guess that's 16 by 9, probably. And there we have it. So how do I fix that? So if I reduce the main, so I have this scaling factor. Increase this. Then it works again. But this should only happen. So if I resize this to normal. Oh, that's moving it. Yeah, I mean, now the whole UI is smaller. I mean, that would be the easiest fix. Just keep it that way. The problem is, I mean, it looks okay. So the only worry is that if you have a handheld like the Steam Deck, too small of a font size is bad. So how do I get it to 145 by just a calculation using the aspect ratio? So 16 by 9 is this. 16 by 10 is this. So 4 by 3. So I could say if it's less than 1.7, then I add 10 to the scaling factor. If it's below 4 by 3, oh god. What would that be? 4 by 3 is probably this. Something like this. So I need the space after the names because they are long names. Yeah, probably Pottlestone is the longest right now, but that doesn't help me. So there's only changing the font size. Maybe I subtract another 10. It's below 1.3. Let's just try it. So these are the values. And int s if width divided by height is less than 7. Let's initialize this to 1.135. Add 10. If it's less than 1.6, add another 10. And then use S. Let's see what happens. Let's open codecs and let's shrink this. Okay, it did it once. Okay, that's good. I mean, this works pretty well. Fills out the screen. But the 4 by 3 doesn't work. Why? Was it equal? No, that's 1.3. Let's add another 1. No, it won't work. will not work. So I mean, this should maybe work. 16 by 10. I would have to paint a line where that would be cut off. Yeah, I'm just stupid. This needs to be the other way around. Today is not a good programming day. Run. But that's okay. Codex. Okay. 1. One and 1. Horrible. Just horrible. And there we are. Look at this. Okay, let's see if this breaks somewhere, but I think the UI scaling is pretty okay. Where I mean, the only bigger text is on the death screen, so let's look at that. And that looks fine. So I'll probably just ship that before I get into crazy calculations. I mean, the whole UI scaling factor is really just a guess that worked pretty well the whole time, so why not keep it? Okay. Could this blow up in my face? No idea. But I have a week to find out before I ship this. Yeah, should be okay. Good, way back, done, shadows done. I'll test that throughout the week. See if there's anything weird. Then there's a problem with the bridge collapsing, I think, in shallow water. I'll have to figure that out. But the main thing is I need to decide what bigger thing to tackle this week. And I'm not sure. So I'll have to make up my mind today So that's what I'll do. I have many directions I could go. Problem is finding the most important and also easiest one that moves the game forward. So before I have that, I'll only add little things. So another thing I want to tackle this week, if I have the time, is to make the control menu better. So if I look into the controls, there's not much real estate here. So the button descriptions are really the least amount possible to be barely helpful. Problem is I don't have the space to give each button the description it needs. So this would have to be modal in some kind of way. So imagine the blue buttons here being highlighted, the selected one, but that would preclude me from using the up and down buttons. So the up and down buttons would select the button, highlight it, and here on the right you would get a description and what it did. Same thing here, but going up and down would just scroll through those one at a time, and you would have a field with a description. But that's also, so what I like about this layout is that you can see everything at a glance. But yeah, I've had many people not understand the offhand button, which is really not their fault, because it's not explained sufficiently. Then the other question is this the right place to do the describing? So what I really hate is on-screen button prompts, like they did in Breath of the Wild, where you have all the time the button description on screen on what you can do. And I mean, the whole control scheme of Breath of the Wild is horrible, but that's really I don't want that. And so what I could do is I could prompt once when you pick up an offhand weapon and say hold this button in a direction to shoot, and then it's gone. But yeah, I'm really against the whole nagging the player to use the action an item was meant for on screen the whole time. So yeah, that's not going to happen. But there needs to be a better way. So maybe I can do that this week. Maybe improve this incrementally, just a tiny bit. But yeah, that's one thing that's on the to-do list. And yeah, the other ones, I have 5 other ones, but Could probably only do 2 of them, so I'll have to decide that before I tackle it. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, thank you for all the support, and I will be back tomorrow. Yep. Alright guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.